The suspect affirmed that he had been at home all evening. She affirmed her intention to apply for the post to publicly show her support for an opinion or idea. The government has affirmed the government has affirmed its commitment to equal rights related to affirmation. Affirm verb to state something is true or to state your support for an idea, opinion, etc. Applicants signed a form affirming their citizenship. These stories affirmed that the world is strange. We are looking for affirmation of the city's goal. Examples of affirm. The two imparted female qualities to the kingship, whilst simultaneously affirming the king's manhood. After all, a juror at the outset has no basis for either affirming or denying the innocence of the defendant. The owner affirmed had changed its meaning and had a much more restricted constituency. Far from being mired in self-interest merchants, these writers affirmed dedicated themselves to the public good. Although the spiritual and existential domains were variously conceived by experienced care providers, their significance for both patient and caregiver was affirmed. In both cases, understanding the implications of the concept in question implies affirming its existence. The classical tradition affirmed both transcendence and immanence. Far from affirming continuity, scripture affirms extinction and recreation. Hence, he has no good reason for affirming that theistic belief is irrational or unreasonable. By the end of his terrible journey, he embraces the whole divine circle of creation, affirming transcendence rather than mortality. The home expresses the person's individuality, affirmed links with the past, and it could also be a shrink to transpose memory. Her husband's death had been a gauge of these qualities and had either affirmed or remolded her attitude to each daughter. The transformation of the refrain is the vehicle through which the lover affirms the value of his love. Enjoyment and meaning come in affirming that all the diversity reinforces a basic lesson. Valence affirms the broad agreement of all groups who appeal to national covenant and divine punishment.